Everyone wants to invest. People talk about stocks, crypto, fast money. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Most people don't fail at investing because they picked the wrong stock. They fail because they started at the wrong step. They try to build wealth on a weak foundation. And every time life hits, everything collapses. So if you really want to build money that lasts, you need to follow this in order. These are the first 5 investments you should ever make.
1. Emergency fund. Let's start with something that sounds boring, and that's exactly why most people ignore it. An emergency fund. This isn't about making money. It's about protecting your future from falling apart. Because life is unpredictable. You can be doing everything right. Saving, investing, planning, and then, suddenly, something happens. You lose your job, a family emergency, an unexpected expense you didn't see coming. And in that moment, you're forced to make bad decisions. Selling investments early, taking on debt, starting over from zero. But when you have an emergency fund, you don't react out of fear. You stay in control. And that control, that's what allows everything else to work. Because investing only works if you can stay in the game.
2. Your skills. Now, here's where most people limit themselves. They focus only on saving money, but they ignore the one thing that can change everything: their ability to earn. Invest in skills. You can only reduce your expenses so much, but your income, that can grow almost without limit. Think about it. If you learn how to communicate better, you can earn more. If you learn how to sell, you can earn more. If you build digital skills, you can earn from anywhere. This is the investment that pays you every single day. Not once a year, not once a month, every day. And here's the part people don't realize. A person making $1,000 a month investing perfectly will always lose to someone making $5,000 a month investing simply. Because income is the fuel, and without fuel, your investments go nowhere.
3. Protection. Next, something people avoid thinking about because it feels uncomfortable. Protection. Basic insurance or financial protection. No one likes to imagine worst-case scenarios, but ignoring them doesn't make them disappear. One accident, one illness, that's all it takes to destroy years of progress. And in that moment, your investments won't save you. Your plans won't save you. Preparation will. Smart investors don't just chase growth, they build safety. Because real wealth isn't just about how much you can make, it's about how much you can keep.
4. The investing engine. Now, this is the part everyone's been waiting for. The part most people think is the beginning: investing. But by the time you get here, you're no longer guessing. You're prepared. Index funds, long-term investing. Because real investing isn't exciting. It doesn't give you adrenaline. It doesn't make you feel like you're winning overnight. In fact, most of the time, it feels like nothing is happening. And that's exactly why most people quit. They check their accounts every day. They expect fast results. They chase what's trending. And in the process, they turn investing into gambling. But the truth is, wealth isn't built in moments of excitement. It's built in long periods of boring consistency. You invest this month, then again next month, then again and again and again. no matter what the market is doing, no matter what the news is saying, no matter how you feel. Because feelings are what destroy most investors.
Fear makes people sell too early. Greed makes people take unnecessary risks. But discipline? Discipline is what builds wealth quietly. And here's the part people don't fully understand. At the beginning, your progress is invisible. You might invest for months, even years, and feel like you're barely moving. And then one day, something shifts. Your money starts earning more than you save. Growth starts stacking on growth. And suddenly, it's no longer about how much you put in. It's about how long you stayed in. That's the moment everything changes. That's when your money stops depending on you and starts working with you. And once you reach that point, you realize something powerful. You were never chasing quick wins. You were building a system that rewards patience.
5. The accelerator. But even with all of that, there's one thing that determines how fast your life changes. Speed. And speed comes from one place: income. Side income, business. Because here's the reality. If you only rely on one paycheck, your progress will always be limited. No matter how well you budget, no matter how smart you invest. You're playing the game, but at a slower level. And for some people, that's enough. But for others, they want more than stability. They want momentum. They want options. They want freedom. Sooner, not someday. And that's where a second income changes everything.
It doesn't have to be big. It just has to exist. Because the moment you create income outside of your main job, you shift from dependent to independent. You start seeing opportunities differently. You start thinking differently. You're no longer asking, how do I survive this month? You start asking, how do I build something that grows? And once that mindset shifts, everything expands. More income means more investing. More investing means faster growth. Faster growth means more freedom. And this is where life starts to feel different. Because now, you're not just working for money. You're building something that works for you. Here's the truth most people never realize. It's not that building wealth is impossible. It's that they were never shown the right order. So they jump ahead. They skip steps. They chase shortcuts. They look for fast results. And every time something goes wrong, they fall all the way back down. Not because they failed, but because they built on something unstable. But if you do this differently, if you slow down and build it the right way, step by step, everything changes. You stop feeling stressed about money. You stop living paycheck to paycheck. You stop wondering if you'll ever catch up. Because now, you're not reacting to life anymore. You're in control of it. And that's what this is really about. Not just money, not just investing, but building a life where you have options, where you have time, where you have freedom. And one day, you'll look back at this moment, not as the day you learned how to invest, but the day you finally understood how to build something that lasts. If this changed the way you see money, don't let it become just another video you watched, another idea you agreed with, and then forgot tomorrow. Because that's what happens to most people. They learn, they feel motivated, they promise themselves they'll start, And then nothing changes. Not because they don't care, but because they stop at understanding. And understanding alone doesn't build anything. Action does. The small decisions you make after this, that's what shapes your future. Not someday, not when you feel ready. Now. Because the truth is, there's never a perfect time to start. There's only the moment you decide to stop waiting. So take something from this, even one step, and act on it. And if this gave you value, hit like so more people can see it. And subscribe if you're serious about building something real. Because years from now, you won't remember this video. You'll remember whether you used it or ignored it. And that choice, that's what separates people who stay stuck from the ones who quietly build a life on their own terms. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.